All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to the crew. This is Coach T and 99 overall. We got a pretty good show
So,
for you today. We're going to talk a little bit about the XFL opening weekend, a little All-Star weekend recap of the NBA, and a new segment actually, calling it Keepin It 99. We're gonna do a snake draft and name what we think is our top five video games of all time. Something we've been talking about for a while, so we thought we might as well just uh go ahead and introduce that and see what y'all think. But XFL, man, what you think? I like it. It was fun. Not a lot of scoring, but it was fun.
yeah, for those watching on YouTube not wearing glasses this time, um, I had LASIK eye surgery. No, just playing. Just didn't want to wear glasses today. But jumping into XFL, yeah, I thought it was fun. Um, we were kind of talking about this. I think there's a place for spring football, professional spring football. Um, and I thought it was pretty entertaining. I thought it served the purpose of, of ultimately just being entertaining. Like you said, I was looking at some of the stats here. For some reason on the ESPN's like app, you can't click on the game and open up a box score, which is trash. But anyways, I was looking at some of the box score here, and we were talking about it as well. But there was only 8 total touchdown passes the whole weekend, and there was 9 total interceptions. And the biggest challenge they're going to have that I see already is going to be the quarterback position. Like that is the most important position. And currently, the best quarterback in the league might be Ben DiNucci. And
And he
that's
only had
not
one touchdown pass.
one
Two
touchdown.
picks.
He threw the ball 54 times. He's actually a pretty good athlete. But the game he played for Dallas a couple of years ago, if you don't know, he played for Dallas. They had like where they just had injury after injury after injury. Quarterback, he might have been the worst quarterback to ever start and finish a professional football game in the NFL. He was bad. But I'm looking at the quarterbacks here, man, and he, he may end up being the best quarterback in the league, unfortunately. I mean, AJ McCarron um, was okay. I mean,
I mean,
if you're a game manager in the XFL, I need a little bit more. I need somebody to sling that pigskin around. You know what I mean? Um, it was okay. That's what I'll say. The quarterback position was okay. Um, really, what ruled the day, and I'll let you talk about it, is the unique rules and the uniqueness of the XFL and why I think it can succeed. So I know you wanted to kind of talk about what you liked about some of the new rules and kind of the uniqueness of the XFL.
yeah, I thought it was fun. I mean, there's it's same game, but I mean, there was a little bit of different rules with I mean, the clock didn't really stop at all. The kickoff, I like the way they did the kickoff. They kind of made it their own way, and I'm not gonna lie, I could see that eventually being something that they implement into possibly the NFL. I mean, that was
Yeah.
what they wanted to get rid of was the big collisions and making them start 5 yards apart, and you can't take off until the returner catches the ball. Like I thought it worked out pretty well. I mean,
Yeah.
um, but it was fun, man. Like not a lot of scoring, but it felt like except for one game, the Guardians and the Roughnecks pretty much left right off. They started right from where they left off from that season. They were dominant, but um, there was a not a lot of scoring, but it felt like everyone had a chance. Like it was like the games were actually entertaining, even though they weren't very high scoring.
Well, that's the thing is, you have the St. Louis and San Antonio was 15-3 with like a minute and a half left, and St. Louis won that game 18-15 because of the rules.
Yeah,
Because,
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
yeah,
the new rule you're talking about. If in the fourth quarter, if you score, you have the option to either kick off or uh take the ball on your own 25-yard line, I think, fourth and 15.
yeah, yeah.
And it was cool because we actually got to see it in action, and it actually resulted in a game-winning drive by AJ McCarron. Actually, he AJ McCarron actually balled out in the fourth quarter. He
Yeah.
went down and scored, and then converted on 4th and 15, went down and scored again, took the lead, won the game. It was
Yeah, no,
fun.
his fourth quarter was pretty good. And that another thing was the 3-point play. Even even had they not been able to, even if they wouldn't have scored the touchdown, they could have kicked the field goal to tie it because they got the three. They got 9 points. They got a touchdown and 3 point. They made it 12-15. So I do like those rules. I mean, I think that makes it fun. We were talking about it as well, kind of the pace of the game. I thought when they tried this in 2020, I really enjoyed it in 2020. Um, and I thought the pace of the game was pretty good. It was like a fun pace because college football. I watched a college football game, the Oklahoma and Texas game a couple years ago. The game started at 9 a.m. when I lived in Phoenix, and the game ended at 2 p.m. That's a long stake. That's a 5 hour
Yeah.
freaking game, dog. Um, these games I thought had pretty good pacing. And yeah, you got to see the rules. Luckily, they're pretty fortunate that the rules in that St. Louis and San Antonio game, because you have doubters. You have the people who are like, these rules suck. These rules aren't going to make a big difference. These rules aren't going to add anything. It's not football. Uh, and it worked. And that was probably the most entertaining part of the entire weekend was the last minute and a half of that game.
Yeah, and I
So
think it was already anticipated to have low scoring games. I mean that the under overs for each game was around like 30 to 35 points total. So and it's pretty much what each game ended up being. But they were fun. And but I guess you're claiming yourself as a Renegades fan. Got to stay
yeah,
loyal to old Bob.
yeah. Living here in Dallas, I'm gonna go Arlington Renegades, and with my boy Bob Stoops. He is loyal to the XFL. He loves the XFL. He's got a bunch of old Sooners, and that was a vintage Bob Stoops performance there. No offense. Your scoring comes from your defense. Um, no, I think it's fine. I mean, I'm gonna go Renegades if I'm gonna call a team. I'm gonna go Arlington Renegades. Um, I like them. They're speaking of quarterback, they might have the worst starting quarterback. He threw for 80 yards in that game. So
Who was it? It was
the quarterback is pull it up here. I couldn't remember his name off the top of my head.
he wasn't very good. I know that.
Yeah, it's well, no, I mean their quarterback is Drew Pitt. I was confusing him with another team.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he did okay. He actually threw for 172. He wasn't that bad. I was confusing him with the DC quarterback because that leads me to who you're claiming.
The better Arlington team. Um yeah, I mean, we're going to our first game. I mean, we're actually me, you, and Ethan are all going week 3 to go watch them play, I think St. Louis. But yeah, might as well just I'm in Virginia. The closest team to me is the Defenders, so I might as well claim them. And I mean, uh we're cool with Khalil and his boys Puka. So
Yeah.
might as well it's another reason to pull for him too. But the Renning speaking of when you were talking about Bob Stoops, they scored all of their touchdowns, all of their points literally came off turnovers. Like they were all defensive points, except for the first three. And
Yeah.
it was kind of electric because they were in a deficit and they had to come back and they came back. Defense literally won that game.
Yeah. I mean, Bob Stoops' team. I mean, if you look at the Sooners from about 1999 to 2014, they're all defensive players, and so it's going to be a Bob Stoops coach team, and they're going to play defense. We're not for people that don't know, we're not even near each other. I'm in Dallas, you're in Virginia. We're on over Zoom, um, but I'm noticing I like that shirt. What shirt is that?
Oh, this shirt? Oh, it's actually Khalil Herbert's brand. Speaking of Khalil, I got it. Wasn't that expensive? Pretty nice, good material. I mean, see the
Yeah,
back? It's got the
looks cool.
KH.
Looks
Like
good.
that?
You know, we got to ask him what he puts into those shirts. I mean, because you kind of look athletic in this shirt.
I
And
know it kind of fits the arms. I'm not that big of a guy, but I mean,
no,
it's my
you're not at
slim
all.
fit. I'm like
Yeah,
skinny fat. I'm skinny fat in this thing.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, I got actually it's kind of cold in here, so I mean, might as well just throw this on too. I'll tell you what, this is a soft, it's a great made hoodie too. It's got some soft material, pretty neutral.
Yeah,
Orange goes with the Bears,
yeah.
also the Hokies, where he went. And I mean, how does it look? Does this look good too?
Listen, I don't want to overstate anything. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to downplay anything, but I'm a little aroused looking at you in that hoodie.
I kind of feel like Khalil. I kind of feel like I got a little juice.
Do you got the juice? Would you say you have the juice?
I think I
For
got the juice.
Did you have the juice before you put the hoodie on, or do you have it now? Did it give you the
Ooh,
juice?
it gave me some juice. I was a little tired. I was gonna make a coffee. I forgot. I was in a rush, but realized this is all I need.
That's all you need. Yeah.
What did you ask? Did you ask where I got this? Oh, it's KhalilHerbertShop.com. Actually, I'll write that for you. That way y'all know.
Yeah, I go to, maybe throw it in the description of the video too, because I know I'm going to click the link because I need the juice.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even have the link saved yet, so I'm gonna have to click the link myself to get more gear. I mean, there's hats, there's beanies, there's some graphic tees. There it is.
There you go. There you go. Now,
Um, Thanks for
another,
bringing that up. I'm glad you like that. Hope hope
yeah. No,
hope it,
like the only reason I thought of it is like usually you don't look well put together and it's usually kind of distracting. But
yeah.
today, I don't know if it was a shirt, you just kind of popped. You were glowing. Okay, I'll say you were glowing, and I thought, you know what shirt is that? Because I think it's this shirt.
Anyway, what I'm glad. I kind of forgot about it, but I felt it. I felt the energy,
Yeah,
and I'm glad you brought that up. We need to get some more. We need to get some more gear.
yeah.
Go get that at KhalilHerbertShop.com.
There you go.
Um,
I do want to talk one more thing about the XFL and is the venues. And again, we're going to be in the it's Audi Field, and that's the venue for the DC Defenders on March 5th. But I like the college football stadiums and the bowl stadiums. So, like for San Antonio, for example, they have the Alamo Dome. I've been to the Alamo Dome. It's a great venue, fantastic venue. San Antonio, right there on the Riverwalk. It's awesome. It really is. San Antonio needs like this is really good for the city of San Antonio. Alamo Dome is perfect. It's actually where the championship for the XFL is going to be held in Alamo Dome. Then you have Rice Stadium for Houston Roughnecks. Just kind of fits, a smaller college stadium. Choctaw Stadium for the Renegades. Camping World Stadium and is another bowl game stadium in Orlando. I really am a big fan of the venues. I'm a big venue guy. You know what I mean? Like I don't. If you go out there and you get you know, some huge venue. I mean, if you go get Jerry World and you're fitting 10, 15,000 people in there max, it's going to look weird. But if you go get the Alamo Dome and fill that sucker up with 10, it just feels different. It feels like a packed crowd. Kind of fits the size of the XFL. I like what they did with the venues.
yeah, I'm glad they decided to make the first championship game in the Alamo Dome. Remember the Alamo.
I've
Gonna make
never
it.
forgot. Were you about to forget the Alamo?
No, I'm just saying it just makes it more memorable because I'm gonna
Yeah.
remember the Alamo
Yeah, you
Bowl
never forget the
game.
Alamo. Well, yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, got a pretty good season ahead of us. I think the defenders got a little more offensively that they can pick up, especially since they have the number one pick in the league at running back. He really didn't have that good of an outing, um, but we'll see. I mean, week one, you never know. It may settle in, and we may end up getting more high scoring games. But
Yeah.
um, I'm excited though, especially since we're going to our first game. So, which
Yeah.
actually is going to be electric because did you see them throwing lemons or limes on the field?
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess it's like I mean it was probably an XFL tradition in 2020, but it was a defenders thing that they're doing the beer cup snakes and that's why they started throwing limes in the field because they took them away from them.
Yeah.
But boycott that.
Yeah.
Um,
You know, I think there is still a market for, even if it's not an overly offensive league, they're going to need a little bit better quarterback play. Somebody's going to have to step up. And you mentioned Derek King. He'd be a perfect. I mean, he'd be a perfect guy to step up and just be electric, right? They're going to need somebody, or maybe even two people, to really be separate themselves as quarterbacks. But there's still a market. There's people out there that want defensive, physical football. They don't really get that in the NFL. So there's going to be. I mean, if it ends up being, when the Renegades, led by Bob Stoops' defense, go undefeated and just have a punishing defense, people are going to enjoy that.
yeah, I agree. And then they're gonna have to meet the defenders at some point, and we're gonna have to defend that defense somehow on offense.
You're going to
Um,
defend the
all right, well,
defense.
I'm gonna ask you right here. I'm gonna ask you right now. We should have done this before the season, but from what you saw this weekend, clearly we still don't know a whole lot. There's a lot of these players we don't even know. We probably know like 2% of the league. Who's gonna be in the championship?
Uh, who's going to be in the championship? I'm just going to pull up the schedule just real quick.
I is there even a? I honestly don't even know if there's divisions, like if there's conferences. Is it
I
just
think
the
that
best records?
I believe there's going to be the top four. My understanding of it, it's top four. We're going to go to a playoff. Um,
Give me your top four, and then give me your championship, your two teams in championship, and who's going to win it all.
I'm going to go Arlington, and I'm actually going to go the. I'm actually going to go the team that they beat. I'm going to go Vegas Vipers. I think Vegas Vipers got a little bit of juice. I'm going to go DC Defenders, and I'm actually going to go the team that they beat in Seattle Sea Dragons. So I think, weirdly enough, I think it's going to be Arlington Renegades, Vegas Vipers, Seattle Sea Dragons, and DC Defenders going to be your top four teams. I like the Sea Dragons got a little bit of something. They've got maybe the best quarterback, Ben DiNucci. They've got Josh
They
Gordon.
got the Flash. He was just a specimen. Like, he does not belong in this league.
I kind of like that team. So I think San Antonio, St. Louis, they both look really bad. But somebody had it
Oh
was
yeah,
it was the most fun game. But it like both of them look bad. The Roughnecks, they look pretty good, but I'm gonna go with those teams. And then I think, hey, I don't want to be that guy.
you're
I
gonna
think
be
we're
that
gonna
guy,
get a
bud.
Renegades DC Defenders championship here, okay?
All right, we'll see if Bob can pull it together. He didn't do it last time.
He's got championship pedigree, bud.
He does. Well, I'm gonna go Defenders, Sea Dragons, the Battlehawks, and the Renegades. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and say it. No, I'm gonna say it's gonna be the DC Defenders and the Battlehawks in the championship. Obviously, the Defenders are gonna take it all. League MVP, AJ McCarron.
Not bad. It's not bad. I Yeah,
Hey, what do I know?
probably nothing,
But what do I know?
Probably nothing. Um, yeah, that's not bad. I mean, the Battlehawks, they got some players. I'll give them that. They do have some players.
I
Uh,
said that solely off of AJ McCarron, hoping that he just ends up
I
just
just don't
tearing the
think
league up.
I just don't think they have enough at receiver, man.
I
That's
really, I mean, I know just about as much on the defensive side of the ball for each team as I do offensively. So I just assume that the matchups are going to be okay, other than
well,
Josh Gordon.
the reason I like the Sea Dragons is because they have a guy that I know is like a legit receiver in Josh Gordon. They also have a Troy alumni here, Damian Willis. So you can't ever count a Troy, a Trojan out, right?
Go
Swing your
Trojans.
sword. Am I right? Um, so I like the Sea Dragons just having a guy that literally, if he can get going, cannot be defended by anybody in this league.
Oh no, at all.
Um, the Roughnecks isn't. That's not really. That's not a bad one. You got an Ohio State Chris Booker. You have an Ohio State receiver, and that is basically receiver university. So that's probably he's probably pretty good. I don't really know him actually, but they all even the Roughnecks, Troy alumni, Brandon Silvers. So
The
yeah,
quarterback.
hey, we just put XFL.
Y'all just know how to produce in the XFL.
Yeah, we are XFL talent mill over here. Let me pull up the DC defenders just real quick, just see what you guys are working with. Um, you might miss the playoff. Okay, you might miss the
I
playoff.
don't know, man. We got the best record in the league right now.
Let's see what you got here. You've got now actually, yeah, you guys are gonna be really good from this for the simple fact that you have the best player probably in the league in Abram Smith. Um, and you have Puka. And a pretty loaded backfield actually.
I honestly don't think Puka played at all, actually. And I don't know if he's hurt or what, but I really think that he could end up being one of the most talented players in the league. He was
Well,
nasty in college.
I thought Puka and I thought Abram Smith could play in the NFL.
Yeah.
I'm actually really surprised Abram Smith did not play in the NFL.
I'm surprised Puka's not in the NFL, to be honest.
Yeah, I know, dude. He's like crazy fast.
But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, they brought in De'Aaron King a few times and seemed like they used him in a couple of different packages, and he ran the ball, and he just looked like the fastest guy on the field at quarterback.
Yeah,
He looked like the most athletic guy on the field.
yeah,
So I guess we'll find out. But
yeah. He may be
I
their
don't,
backup forward.
football's back, baby. And as soon
Hey,
as this is over, got the USFL right around the corner.
yeah,
Which actually, Luke Tenuta, his dad is actually defensive coordinator for one of the teams out there, the
oh, is
Breakers.
it?
Yeah, actually is.
Wow.
But
Wow.
yeah, man, I'm excited to see how the rest of this plays out. I mean,
Yeah,
first week was fun,
I'm pretty excited about the XFL, and like I said, I think there's a place for spring football. Like I think there's going to be a market.
and
Um,
Thursday night football's back. We have a game on Thursday.
oh, nice. You know who's the loser of the XFL? Every housewife in America. Because
Oh yeah, 100%.
every housewife in America is a loser with the XFL being popular.
Our off season is usually their end season, so we
Yeah.
took we took another season away from them. Spring is ours again.
Yeah. There won't be no Thursday night, family dinners. Fuck that family.
No,
I'm watching the XFL. There's not going to be no honey-do list. You ain't painting the damn barn. You're watching the XFL. Okay. You know what she
not,
can do? She can get a hobby. That's what every man's saying to his old
I'm
lady right
I'm trying to see some broken necks, some X-ray hits like off of the blitz the league. I want
now.
to
Yeah.
see some slow motion stuff.
I'm trying to see some broken homes.
Yeah, I do too.
Give me football 12 months a year. Give me wives that are really pissed off their husbands won't get off the couch. Stop watching football. I want to see some broken homes. I want the
I want
divorce
to I want to
to go
I want to
up.
see a live video of the Flash just smoking a couple joints.
Listen, this is the rock world. We're just living in it. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
Well,
right.
um,
But
move on. You want to move on to
that does bring us to our sponsor today. And that's going to be a jar of pickles made by a 95-year-old woman. Okay. So you don't get this everywhere. There's no brand. You're not going to find a brand on these pickles. You know what you're going to find? You're going to find character. The woman that made me these pickles, true story, died 2 weeks later. Okay. Didn't really know her.
mm,
My sister knew her. She died 2 weeks later. That is one reason why I refuse to eat these pickles, or they might be poisoned. But this program is brought to you by a jar of aged, authentic pickles made by a 95-year-old woman who is probably blind. Don't even know if these are actual cucumbers. That looks like a finger right there. Not real sure. Go get you some
might
at
be
your local.
moonshine.
It's a cross.
You
It's
haven't
pickle
tried it
moonshine.
yet. How would you know?
Could be pickle moonshine.
And honestly, it's the last one she ever made. It's vintage.
It might be worth something someday. Okay. I'm not gonna open it.
Thank you. What was that? Auntie's Pickles?
Yeah, that's gonna be yeah, we can call it Auntie's Pickles or yeah, I'll ask her.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
know, I'll go get us, I'll
I
go
don't want to
hire
know how
a
you're gonna
lady.
ask her, man.
I'm gonna go hire a lady that talks to the dead. We'll ask her what she named it. But that's more of a me and Aaron were talking about if the world were to end. I'm not sure I would eat these pickles even in the end of the world.
Even if it
But
was The Last of Us.
this might start The Last of Us. If anybody eats any of these pickles, it might be the beginning of The Last of Us.
Well, thank you to our sponsor, Auntie's Pickles.
Yeah, her family will take all proceeds.
So this past weekend, not only did we get the XFL, we got All-Star Weekend, which sadly was the low part of the weekend. It was boring. Other than Mac McClung just taking over and showing that white boys can jump sometimes. He's like 6'2". He looks like 5'8" on the court,
Yeah,
but and he looks 16. But he went out there, a G League player went out there and won the dunk contest.
yeah. Oh, Matt Mahung is is he's the I mean he's the only one that really he won the weekend for two reasons. One, he made the dunk contest watchable. Jericho Sims gets my vote for the worst participation, like worst participant in a dunk contest in my life. He did the same dunk twice. He did the double cookie jar, and then he just ran up and cookie jar. He's the worst participant in a dunk contest I've ever seen in my life. It was going to be horrible if Matt Mahung did not go off. But you know what else he wins at? He almost basically assures himself to be in the league next year
Yeah,
because he's going to run it back. So like
yeah.
he might not even be in the league next year, like just based on his talent and play. But he kind of assures himself like to be in the league at least on a small contract, 10-day, two-way, something like that, because he's going to participate again. So
It was
he's the
honestly it
biggest.
was cool. Not only like did he kind of bring back the spirit of All-Star Weekend, in my opinion, just because like he wanted to be there. Like that was like he brought like you could tell that he wanted to be there. He wanted to win. Like that was his moment. He shined in his moment. And I
Yeah,
think honestly the coolest thing about it was the fact that
he's
he was
white.
known. He's white, and he was what we think.
Yeah,
Um, it's cool that he was known for his house of highlight dunks, like
yeah,
his highlight reels in high school, to slam on everyone. And so the fact that like it went from that to him actually participating in the dunk contest, that's probably what everyone's been asking for ever since he was in college.
yeah,
Probably him and Zion. Him, Zion, Zach LaVine, and Aaron Gordon in their
yeah,
prime. That'd be the ultimate dunk contest, in my opinion.
yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah,
was fun though. I mean, and to make it worse on Jericho Sims, is I didn't even know who he was before that, and now I know who he is, and for the worst reason.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it was bad. He most of it was bad. I mean, Matt was really the only one.
He was the only thing that made it exciting at all. I
Matt,
mean, the dunk contest was kind of ruined by Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon anyway. It's just because it's the most electric one ever, but it's kind of hard to. There's been so much done now, but somehow Mac made it watchable.
yeah, he did, and that was basically the only thing that was watchable. I mean, 3-point contest is fine, but it's
I'm
not
glad the
even.
Dame won it. I'm glad a superstar won it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Here's Yeah, it's just like everyone in the league shoots threes. I mean, Julius
Yeah,
Randle was in the 3-point contest.
should have been.
He shouldn't have been. But what I'm getting at is like when Larry Bird was doing it, it was like nobody was really shooting threes, And so like
Yeah.
whoever won that competition, it was like, oh my God, man. Now it's like it's kind of, did we really need a 3-point contest?
To be
It's just
honest, like you can almost make the argument is do we really need an all-star weekend? Because it's
you
like
don't.
it's
You don't.
boring. It's boring. I mean, actually Stephen A went off about it and he made good points. So like They we wanted like All-Star weekend, what it used to be at least, was about seeing the young stars and then seeing the superstars of the league from the dunk contest to the three-point contest. Like three-point contest, you want to see the best three-point shooters in the world. You want to see the best dunkers in the world. Like you want to see, I mean, they can all dunk, but you want to see those premier athletes. Like obviously you're not going to get LeBron in it, but you want to see the LeBrons, you want to see the Zions, you want to see the heck even Tim Hardaway Jr. I mean, you want to see those bigger like just bigger name guys. I know it hasn't been that way in the past, but I mean it's just like and they, even in the All-Star game, and the All-Star game was awful. It was I think uh Jaylen Brown called it a glorified layup line, which is that's what it was. I mean,
Yeah,
it's Stephen A made the point that they play their butts off during the summer. I mean, they're not going to go and break their ankles or anything, but they play their butts off during the summer, just going back and forth and training,
yep.
running up and down the court, but they can't play just as hard for one night, just to, like give the fans what they want.
Yeah, it's I don't know why it has gotten progressively less intense um every year. I mean, I remember watching it like even in like 2010, like when Kobe was still in it, and it was even then it was like maybe not the most intense game in the world. It's not game seven of the finals or nothing, but it was pretty intense. People were trying to get stops the majority of the game, trying to
Yeah.
play hard. Mike Malone, he said it was the worst. I mean, he was the coach, one of the coaches, and he said it was the worst basketball game he's ever seen in his life. The final score was 184 to 175.
Right. Like where's the exactly where's the competitiveness in it?
Exactly. That's not fun.
It's not fun at all. It's so I remember like you can go back probably about 5 to 10 years ago, like you wanted to see them score 200 points, but it was like, but it was fun to watch them do it because there's still a little bit of defense at that point because they were scoring the final score would be about 140s, 150s, but it felt like more competitive. And so when they started scoring higher, you started thinking, well, that's fun, like just more scoring. But now it literally just turned into like when we've been running fives all day, and you get to the last game of the day, and no one wants to run up and down the court anymore because everyone's
Yeah.
just tired. That's what it looked like. It
Yeah.
was
Throwing up half court shots.
boring. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like granted, Jason Tatum is he's good, like he's great, but
I'm never.
yeah, you are. I agree. Um, but him scoring 55 points and breaking the record, like I think even he agrees. Like, who cares? Like, it was all gimmies. Like, there was no, the only defense that was played against him was when Jaylen Brown played him, they went one on one and he shot a three. Like,
Yeah. Well, I think every year for the last several years, an old, like 40, 50-year-old All-Star game points record, like point in the game record. I think it was Will, not exactly sure. But what I'm getting at is like every year for the last several years, someone has continuously broke the record.
yeah.
And it's like and that record lasted for like 40 years or something before that. So it's like, I don't know. It doesn't it's just whack, man. Like it's
I mean,
whack.
dude, you
If
can
there's
go.
here's my take on it. If there's anyone that would actually stand up and like tell us the game's not whack because of these reasons, you're a loser. If you
Yeah,
watched that whole game, if you were excited for that game, get maybe a hobby. I would suggest a hobby. Maybe even get a jar of old pickles from a 90-year-old woman. Do something with your free time. Like if you thought that was fun, if you look forward to that, and you're over the age of 6, you probably need a hobby.
yeah. It's
I'm not saying I didn't watch a little bit, maybe some highlights, but if you really were passionate about sitting down and watching that game and thought it was a good game, you probably need a hobby.
yeah. I mean, even you can when you're talking about the record being broken, you can go back to it was like 5, 6 years ago, something like that, where Paul George was getting ready to break the record, and they started playing hard defense just so he wouldn't break it.
Yeah,
You remember that? Like that was
yeah,
fun.
yeah,
And now and I think that was for like 40 points. Now it's 50 points is nothing now.
yeah. I mean, like you said, it's just it's a layup line, like just snowbirding out there, and I mean, I don't know. It was, Anthony Edwards didn't seem like he was a big fan of it either. I'm a huge Anthony Edwards fan. Um, nobody really talked well about it. Not the press didn't, players didn't, coaches didn't. It's something's got to change. Got to do something different. Like, or don't do anything
Yeah.
at all. Maybe let the guys
Honestly,
have a week off. Like,
yeah. To be honest, like after this year, like I wouldn't be surprised if um I wouldn't even be upset if ticket sales went down. Like because like could you imagine paying for that? Because I guarantee you people paid a pretty good penny for it.
that's.
And
I don't
and
mean to go ahead.
no, go ahead.
That's why you put it in Salt Lake City. That's why the next one will probably be in Oklahoma City
Yeah.
because it ain't selling tickets in LA. Ain't nobody going to that. It ain't selling
No.
tickets in Vegas. Like it ain't selling tickets nowhere but these small markets that need something to do. They're like hungry for something, hungry for stars and celebrities. Like that's why it's in small markets. Like that's my take.
If I had to be completely honest with you, I haven't watched. I don't think I watched last year's All-Star game. I didn't watch this year's. I just saw the highlights and I heard about it and I saw how bad it was. And um, I can't tell you the last time I actually watched. I think the last time I watched a full All-Star game was the game that they stopped PG from getting the record. And
Yeah,
that might have been the same year that it was Aaron Gordon and Zach
exactly.
Levine,
Yeah. Now
which
that
he
was pretty cool. I remember that being cool.
yeah.
That dunk contest. I remember like seeing it on Twitter and then tuning in because I was like, holy crap, something's happening
Yeah,
here.
dude. Yeah.
Uh, but I don't know, man. Here's the only like NFL Pro Bowl sucks. Horrible. We talked about it a couple episodes back. All-Star game, dog water. MLB is the only one that still has a okay All-Star game, I guess.
Yeah, and even the MLB, dude, like they used to play for they used to play for home field advantage for the World Series. So whatever side won got home field advantage for the World Series, and they don't even do that anymore. And
That's
see,
I didn't
that'd
I
be
actually didn't
something to
know that.
implement. Do what?
I didn't even know that. That's actually
That's
we
something
should
they
do
should
that.
implement for the NBA too. That'd be fun. Like if you're playing for home, you play for home court advantage in the finals. That'd be fun. Like that would make it actually worth playing. It'd make it more competitive.
They won't ever do that, but
Yeah, but I
yeah,
mean,
something like that. You know what I
like
mean?
having like some kind of steak would be
Yeah.
like like maybe medium rare.
Yeah, if you had a medium rare steak on the line,
Yeah,
I maybe
they may play for that. Yeah, I agree.
play for it. Yeah, there's a lot of improvements. Another improvement is if they all went to KhalilHerbertShop.com and got some gear and wore it for the weekend,
I know that'd make me tune in. I would want to see them wear that.
it would definitely put some juice in it. You know what I
It
mean?
will, that's good. I
Put
see
some
what you
juice.
did. I agree. Agree.
So,
But all right, well, you wanna end this off with our first segment? Our first
yeah,
segment, calling it
let's
keep it at 99.
let's finish this off. Just finish right on the face. Let it dribble down your chin on this episode with we're gonna keep it 99 overall, not keeping it 100. We're keeping it 99 overall, and this is a new segment we're doing. And basically, what we do is, what's 99 overall? That's the best of the best, and we're gonna start it with our draft of our top 5 video games of all time. And I'm gonna start with saying I'm not a huge video gamer. Really, I'm not. These are the games that I played the most growing up. So that's how my list is going to look.
Yeah.
The games that I found to be the most fun and I played the most. So if you guys watch this and you say The Legend of Zelda is actually the best game of all time, it might be. I didn't play it.
That's your
Okay.
opinion. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't play it, so it's not on my top
We weren't
five.
fucking nerds.
Yeah, we weren't fucking nerds. And you know what? Well, when you read my list, you might think I'm a nerd. But you know what? I didn't play it, and I'm keeping it at 99 with y'all. So here's our top 5. First segment, Tanner. I'll let you have the first pick of the draft. You want to
Oh,
start at number
snake
one? What's your number
snake
one?
draft? Snake draft?
We'll just go back and forth.
Yeah, snake draft. Um, all right. My number one is Mario Kart, Nintendo 64, the OG.
OG
It's
Mario
just
Kart 64.
OG Mario Kart. Yeah, it's just when I the reason I said that is because when I think of games that I feel like that I could just play forever, like I get bored playing Madden, I get bored playing Grand Theft Auto, Mario Kart. Doesn't matter if it's the first one, the second one, the third one, whatever. It's always fun. So I had to
Yeah,
go with the OG Mario Kart.
that's not a bad. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I love the Nintendo 64. Big Nintendo guy. You're gonna see that in my list. Um, I'm pretty relieved with your first pick because I took 10 down just in case. I did a top 10. We'll go over snubs, but I didn't have Mario Kart on my list at all.
Oh,
My first pick, and I know you say you get a little bored of this, but my first pick, I think it's the best video game ever made. My most favorite. I played it maybe more than any other video game. Had the most fun with it. Is NCAA 2014 college football. I fucking love that game, dude. Almost as much as I love this jar of pickles. I mean, I fucking love that game, dude. I played it so much. If I could find my old one and just look at the several different Road to Glories I had maybe five. I mean, or 10. I mean, like I don't even know how many. I mean, I played so many different dynasties. I made teams, like I was freaking Harry Ball Mountain State and I start recruiting. The recruiting is great. You get the gems. Do you remember? I love that game, dude. It's my number one. I'm glad you had it on the board. What's your number two draft pick?
um, first I want to agree with like number one. I think if you're like thinking like not just statistically, but like overall, NCAA 14 is probably like it's got to be like maybe the greatest video game of all time, just for the fact that
It's
you
on some people's
still
number ones.
you still play it today. You can literally still play it online.
Yeah. There was a petition for them to just take to NCAA 14 and just update the rosters to come out with a new one instead of making a new
I
game.
know, I
They
know.
wanted them to do that, and they were like, "Nah, we're gonna make a new game." And everyone's like, you don't have to.
You literally
Just
don't have to.
you don't have to. Please don't. Just keep the same one. We love the mechanic. I love the mechanics. There's never been a better mechanics to the game.
You know what's
Like,
funny is I actually don't even have like as much as I like love that game. It's not even my top 10.
hey, I'm actually getting a phone call. I gotta leave. Because I hate you. Okay.
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 Yeah. Okay.
All right, you're up. Number two. You're on the clock.
Sticking with Nintendo 64, Super Mario.
Super Mario
Super
64.
Mario, jumping through the pictures. You got to go through and you got to save Princess Peach from Bowser. Dude,
Yeah.
classic. It's pretty much what the um. It's actually not. I wish that's what the movie coming out was more so based off of. But
Yeah.
dude, when I think of Mario and I think of going to save Peach from Bowser, I think of like the original Super Mario.
Yeah. Super Mario 64 was on my list. It wasn't two, luckily for me, but it is one of the best games of all time. It's so fun. And some of my first memories of a kid, as a kid, is playing that game.
Yeah, literally.
You know what's
When I
crazy? I feel like I remember being like getting a lot of that game completely, maybe even beating the game. And I don't think I could beat it as an adult right now.
I went back and played it recently because I'm a nerd. Um, and it's a lot easier than what you think.
Is it?
It's really easy. It's
Remember the
very easy.
underwater? I just remember the underwater mechanic and swimming. And like,
It's don't get me wrong. When I was a kid, I thought that was one of the hardest games of all time.
yeah, I did too. I thought it was so funny to me when you ran and you ran like really hard and you barely moved.
Barely moving.
I love
Yeah,
that game.
it's
It was
classic.
on my list. I think it might even be like in the video game community is one of the best games of all time. It's such a good game. The graphics for the time were way ahead of its time.
Oh yeah.
So my number two, and I'm having a great draft. I'm getting what I want at this point. It's on the board. I'm taking them. Front office is happy with it. Going Nintendo, going GameCube. Mario
Ooh.
Party 7.
Oh.
It is the best Mario Party, bar none. It's on the best system, bar none. Give me GameCube every day of the week.
Game. Ooh.
Uh, if they
It's
just
a
come out with a
hot
game,
soup. Hot take.
yeah, if they could just come out with a new GameCube game squared, I don't care.
Yeah.
Uh, like whatever
Yeah.
yeah, whatever they come out with, dude. But Mario Party 7, Like I just have some of the best memories, like wholesome memories of like because me and my sister played it. But every friend that ever came over, I was like, he's like, "What do you want to do?" And I said, "Well, we're playing Mario Party. That's what we're
Yeah.
doing. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna do it for 2 days. Then you're gonna go home. Then I'm
Yeah.
gonna put another friend over and do it again because I'm addicted." Um, love the game.
Yeah. I
It's
mean, I can't tell you how many times I've broken a controller playing my brother and dad in Mario Party 7.
it's
So,
it will. That's when you realize who is your true friends and who will stab you in the back.
yep.
It's
I
you know
agree. Yeah.
a lot
Literally.
of friendships ended over Mario Party 7.
I still don't talk to my brother to this day.
I haven't talked to him in 20 years. Um, all the Mario parties are good, but Mario Party 7 specifically, so good. So good.
Great pick. I mean, it was the last one on the GameCube. So is at the peak. Is at the peak of GameCube.
Peak.
But for my number three, Mario Party 8. The first one on the Wii.
Ooh.
Dude,
I
when
actually knew
I
you I actually knew you were gonna go that way when I was just looking to make sure it was Mario Party 7. You're the only person I've ever heard likes the Wii. Like,
dude, I don't know what it is. I remember like so vividly, like that's when they started the candy. Like you get the candy and you get the double rolls and the slow-mo rolls. Dude, the
yeah.
slow-mo rolls are perfect. You literally drop it on 8 or 8 to 10 almost every single time.
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah,
But
you could get the slow. I think maybe
dude,
Mario Party 7 had it. The slow-mo rolls. I'm not real sure. But
yeah, the twice candy, you got the double rolls, the
yeah,
thrice. It was a slow go. That's what it was. I'm looking at them now. The spring goes, you jump from space to space.
yeah.
Oh, dude. This was
In the mini games.
and the mini games.
There was a mini game on Mario Party 7, not to jump back to it, but I just like it was like skiing.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, it is so fucking fun. I would just go play the mini. You know how you could just go to the lobby and play the mini games? I did that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
actually don't know if I've played Mario Party on the Wii. I probably have. I probably have
Really?
at your house. Actually,
Dude, it's
I
you
know
had
I
to
have
have.
at your house because I actually do remember playing.
Mario Party's goated. Mario Party 8, they're all goated, but Mario Party 8 is, I mean, it's the
So it
best
was
Mario
number
Party.
it was number 3 on your list.
Yeah. High up
So
there.
again, we're feeling good
It's
over.
actually I've actually gotten my top three so far.
My top 3 are pretty solidified. Nothing's moved in my top 5 actually.
Mine either.
Um, so number 3, I'm going Grand Theft Auto San Andreas on the Xbox.
Oh,
Listen, listen,
I
hear me out. I never beat the game. I may have only beat a couple objectives, just enough for me to just get to do with it like what I wanted to do. I played that game so much, dude. I played it so much I was selling crack. I was so addicted to
it's,
that game.
it's the best. Yeah, it's the yeah.
I was
What
robbing.
about even in the game?
I was yes, I was
Yeah.
robbing people. I walked down the street like and would walk past people and be like, "Punk ass bitch," like
Yeah.
all the animations that they had in that game. I love that game, dude. I played so much I would abase traffic laws for hours, drive around, stop at stoplights, drive the speed limit. I love that game. San Andreas, it's great.
You
Love
were the
it.
kid that your mom didn't let you use guns and stuff in that game, huh? That's why you stopped at stoplights. I
Yeah,
still don't stop at stoplights.
yeah.
But I mean, I agree. That was
kids,
actually one of my
kids, if you're
snubs.
listening, don't stop at stoplights.
Yeah, like rules are meant to be broken.
Exactly.
I mean, from like that was actually one of my snubs. That was the first one you got jetpacks.
And San Andreas,
Yeah, that was the first one you got jetpacks. That's why to me it was like the most revolutionized Grand Theft Auto. It's like, dude, you get to fly around in a jetpack.
I remember I eventually got all the cheat codes.
Oh
I think
yeah, that's
it's
I
Scholastic Book Fair, dude. I think I bought a cheat code book.
yeah, actually.
Yeah, and so I had like planes and bazookas and prostitutes.
I mean, I honestly don't think I ever beat a Grand Theft Auto before using cheat codes. I think the only Grand Theft Auto I ever beat was the one that's out right now. And
You
now I
beat
just use cheat codes. Oh yeah, I was on when I was on deployment, I had nothing else better to do, so I just sat there all day and
loser.
first time I got yep. Um
So top 3, I feel really good about.
so
You're
what's your top three so far?
My top 3 is NCAA 14, college football. Mario Party 7 GameCube. San Andreas Xbox.
It's all that I think are top. They're definitely up there. Actually, not on my top 10 at all.
None of those?
But I can't like disagree with you. No.
Yeah. So tell me your top three again.
Um, OG Mario Kart,
Okay, good.
Super Mario,
I have
OG,
that one as a snub.
Mario Party 8.
Yeah.
And my number four,
Okay.
NCAA 06. Dude, honestly, probably the best
It's good.
soundtrack ever.
It's good.
That was when Race for the Heisman. There was never another Race for the Heisman. That was the only one. After that, I went to Road to Glory, and that was the one with I think I had Desmond Howard on the cover.
Yep. Yeah.
It was, dude, those are the days. Marcus Vick, Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart, uh, fucking. I said Marcus Vick because Hokies, but
Yeah.
um, yeah, Vince Young,
Yep.
dude, that was Reggie Bush is unstoppable on that game.
Yeah, that's a good one. That is a really good one. I had the game. I played it a whole lot. I just didn't play it the way I played 14 because it was like I was like a kid, and I didn't play it. I didn't get the whole value of the game,
I
but I
think that
liked
was the
it.
first. That was the first one that I ever played. I think that's why I liked it so much. That might have been the first one with the race for the Heisman, and then after that, I
Yeah.
went to Road to Glory. So
Yeah.
that was. I played race for like you said in NCAA 14. Like I probably had 100 different race for
Yeah.
the Heisman's.
Yeah.
Never won the Heisman.
I didn't have that on my list, but that is a solid one. So
It's the best one.
yeah. So coming in at number 4 for me, and this is going to be probably the hottest take. I don't think anyone's going to have this. I don't think you'll have it. Is NBA 2K12 on 360. So let me give you again. Go back to my criteria. It's games I enjoyed, games I played a lot. I bet I played over. I bet I would say maybe 500 hours.
Is that the one with Kevin Durant on the cover?
No, it's the one with Michael Jordan.
Okay, yeah. See,
Yeah, I believe it's Michael Jordan. Yeah,
I didn't even
I
play
think it was
2K back then.
I think two back to back had Michael Jordan on. But I bet I put up 500 more hours on it. I freaking love that game. My player didn't have internet, didn't do internet, and I played every game for like 4 to 5 seasons. I can't even remember. 99 overall, winning MVPs, winning championships. Love that game so much. The only thing you talk about soundtrack on that game sucked. And every year after that, the soundtrack's gotten better. The only good song on that is Fast Lane by Royce da 5'9". And
I
it
don't even remember. I don't think
uh,
I ever. I don't even think ever. I think the only time I ever played that game is when I came over, and we would just play seasons, just
bro.
simulate and just do
Oh, and
drafts.
I did that. And I did that just, I mean, 80. I did an 80-year season, like just to do it. Because I love the game so much. I
Did an 80 year
simulated
season?
80 years. That's as far as you can go.
Oh, did
And
you actually?
yeah, I mean, I did year by year,
Jeez.
year by year. I did 80 years, dude. But just kind of love the game, dude. I just love the game. And I had nothing else to do. That was the time of my life where I was like, I didn't have anything going on
Did you just go back and forth between franchises?
for 80 years.
Yeah.
No, what do you mean? I
Like,
just
did you
have
just
one franchise. And
you kept the same team the whole time?
yeah,
Who
yeah,
was it?
80.
Oklahoma City.
I did, yeah, Oklahoma City. Yeah, yeah.
Still
Oklahoma
never won a
City
championship.
didn't win one.
Are you serious?
Oh, can you imagine? No, I didn't win. I did win. So I remember specifically I won 5 straight because I had like Dwight Howard, Kevin Durant, James Harden. I had the cap turned off. Like I was loaded. Um, but I love. I just played again. Most people are saying, "Dude, that was one of the worst 2Ks," or whatever. I makes my list for the reasons I gave my criteria. Love that freaking game, man.
And if y'all can tell us y'all's top ones, like this
Yeah,
is ours. This is
yeah.
ours. You can't
Let's
tell
hear
me what's good and what's not.
let's hear what loser games you guys have.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
dorks. All
yeah.
right, put in at 5. Rounding up your top 5. We haven't connected on any of these yet. I
Nope.
think this is
And
one.
I don't think. I have a feeling I know what your number five is, and I know that this one isn't in your top five.
Okay, let's go.
NCAA 11.
Oh, you went two NCAAs,
I
huh?
had to go. It's. I mean,
It's a good one.
number one, like other than like the classic Mario games growing. Actually, if you think about it, all my top five is nothing but Mario and NCAA. I mean, other than Mario, like being to me is just the greatest franchise. Like Nintendo, like you can't beat Mario in my opinion. But other than that, like the best video games, the most fun I ever had, the games that I feel like I could continuously play forever was the NCAA's. And that was '06 and 11. 11 I
Yeah,
had 10 Tebow on the cover.
yeah,
This is back when Tech had Tyrod and
yeah.
Ryan
No,
Williams, David Wilson.
it's a great game.
Yeah.
Great game.
It's
Really, really good. Did not make my list. It is really, really good.
I think
Uh,
that's the last one I played. That's the last one I owned. I didn't own 12, 13, or 14, which one of the worst mistakes of my life, clearly. Because
yeah.
now if you get on eBay, you literally I don't think you can find or if you get on the internet in general, you can't find NCAA 14 for less than like $150.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
And
It,
sometimes it doesn't even come with a case. It's
yeah, dude. It's when the new one drops and it inevitably sucks.
yeah.
Uh, everyone's gonna even flock even harder to 14.
Everyone's gonna bash it. Everyone's gonna stick to 14.
Yeah, the price is gonna go up. Really surprised you went with that. So how many NCAAs you had? Well, you had two. So you had '06 and 11. Um,
My
can't
next my next five are so much more diverse. I know we're only going top five, but those will be my snubs.
Yeah, we'll go over snubs. But I'm gonna round up top five with Halo 3.
Ooh, oh, I actually didn't have that.
So the
I
reason again stick to criteria, I remember specifically buying it the day it came out. I'm not good at video games. Um, not being very good at Halo 3. Taking it to your house on a weekend and us beating it. We had turned the couches and all the TVs and we beat it. And I love that game. Like the just me and Ethan and stuff, like we would like, how you could just like kill each other, like start on different sides of the map and go kill each other.
oh yeah.
Um, Halo 3, um, it's number five. I think it's one of the best games ever.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think the peak, one of the peaks of my childhood was when I lived at the. So I used to live in like a children's village. My parents used to work there, and there was like I lived with like 10 plus kids, right, 8 to 10 kids, and we had five different rooms. We had Xboxes set up, and we connected them all together like through the LAN,
Yeah.
and played Gears of War and Halo, and it was the most like that's everything you could like as a kid when you talk about like hooking the that's back before Live was even that big,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Xbox Live. And so it's like when you got to
Came out in
connect your
2007.
Xboxes from different rooms, huh?
Halo 3 came out in 2007.
Yeah. So I was
And I
like
bought
peak like
that. Yeah.
when you're connecting different rooms, I was like peak childhood because then you
Yeah.
couldn't screen watch.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it was great. I'm surprised it didn't make your list.
So go over snubs real quick. My this is when I thought was gonna be your number five. I'm actually so surprised this wasn't in your top five, but I bet it's in your top 10. Madden '07.
No, didn't make
What?
it. It didn't make it, not because it doesn't belong, because I did. I just got more diverse in my snubs. I felt really good about my top five, but I thought snubs, I need to really dig deep in the games that I really liked.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of
And
what I did. There was so much more that I could have written down, but I
but
had
Madden '07, not to drag this out, Madden '07, such a good game. Such a
I
good
know
game.
I've never seen anyone play Madden '07 more than I've seen you play it. That's why I thought.
I love it. I love it.
I honestly don't think that would have been in my top 10 if I never hung out with you growing up.
Yeah. But
But I had Madden '07, God of War 2. I'm the biggest God of War nerd, but the second one was the best one. Halo 2. Halo 2, that brings like I thought that was the best one. I mean, to me the best the best level in all the Halos, in my opinion, was the one where you're going across the bridge in the tank and you got to go into the city and destroy the big spider thingy. But
yeah,
uh Need for Speed Underground 2.
good game.
one of the most underrated games of all time.
Such a good game.
It's
Hey, dude, I did have the gas and the
I did
thing.
too. I
So
did too.
I had it might have been Need for Speed. I can't remember. I don't think it was Underground. It was one of the racing games, and you like got new cars for like beating levels. Dude,
Oh, you
so
probably talking
hard.
about
I had every car. That's what I'm
Midnight
thinking.
Club.
Yeah, and like you bought like I had a ranch where I placed them and stuff, like all those like different houses that you placed them at and
Oh
garages.
yeah,
I had every car in the game.
that might
I,
have been Underground too, actually.
bro, and I had it on like just the steering wheel stuff too. It's like this top five was so hard. It was emotional. I got emotional.
It was.
It's hard to put a five on it. But go ahead.
I'll just name them off real quick. Grand Theft Auto Vice City,
Yeah,
Gears of War, the original one. Then I had San Andreas, 007, and 64.
Eagle
I
Eye.
got it's an all-time. When I think of like childhood games, like that's like all-time Nintendo 64 video game. But like, as much as I can admit that it wasn't like an all-time game for me. It was just I think it just deserves to be a snub. Like
Yeah,
that deserves the credibility. And then NBA Live 09.
yeah. Good list. You're gonna be really shocked by my snubs. You're gonna be like, what? Um, Tetris. No, I'm playing. Uh, but
The Rubik's Cube.
yeah. So I'm just gonna go through them. I'll talk a little bit about them. But I had Super Mario 64 was my first snub out. Then I had Sonic Adventures DX on the GameCube. Dog, I love that game.
I
You
can't
probably
disagree.
never
I mean,
played it.
I
Probably never
thought
played
about
it.
it. I thought about it.
Have
Sitting
you
right
played it?
now. Yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah.
I specifically remember the casino part of it, which was like just like a side thing, and the Chia Pet. I don't know how many Chia Pet. Like you had this little yard where you could have a Chia Pet. It wasn't even. I don't even think it's part of the storyline.
I guess I don't remember as detailed as you do. I remember playing
Love
it
that
though.
game. Love that game. Left for Dead, 360.
Oh,
God,
damn.
bro,
That's a
that
good one.
game was
That is a
so
good one.
freaking fun,
Damn
dude.
it.
So freaking fun.
Yeah.
The thought, me one, I'm a pussy, so I was so scared playing that game. I'm just like, I'm so bad at games, and I'm like just like fighting my ass off. I just remember yelling, being like, "I'm down. We're gonna die."
Boomer!
Yeah, we're in this like house. You're at the house on the lake, and it's like we're not gonna make it. And then it's a fucking movie. Remember, it's like rolls credit, and it's like a movie.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I forgot
and I was
about
like,
that.
what? But
Dude, that's a damn. That is an all-time game.
so
That should have been in my top 10.
so my last two are probably gonna are definitely sounds like those three pretty agreed upon. Could be snubs. Fortnite's a snub. You probably didn't play Fortnite. When it came out, I was in college and me and Ethan played that game when it came out, when everyone played it, when it wasn't like flooded with little kids and just like bots and stuff. When it first came out, first map, nerd. Yeah. No, you wouldn't even be saying that if you weren't on a ship with a bunch of semen on your face. Semen. But when it first dropped, and there wasn't a bunch of kids and bots when the game first dropped, and it was like kind of buggy and like because it was a free game. That game was so fun. You can ask Aaron and Ethan. We sat on Ethan's bed and took turns playing that game for hours and hours. It's not one of my favorite games, but I thought it belonged here because I did spend so much time in college for at least 1 year playing the shit out of that freaking game. And I sucked. I won one time. Bad. And then my last one is Elder Ring Oblivion.
Ooh, I never
Oblivion was
that's Elder Scrolls.
yeah. So Elder Scrolls, yeah. I think it's number 4 or whatever. It's Oblivion specifically. Had it for 360. I played so much, dude. I put so many hours in. I went through the Gladiator thing, and I mean, I thought it was such a fun freaking game, dude.
That was the only game like that I actually tried to give a chance, and then I just
Dude, it's so much
um
fun. It's so much.
I never played it, but I did have it. I had it on the original Xbox.
Yeah. I just remember making my character and kind of going through the game and really not liking it, but putting several hours into it. And whenever I got to the city that had the gladiator ring, dude, I put so many freaking hours into that. A lot
I
of
can't
fun.
even elaborate on it. I never You know
How
where
about you?
was that your last one?
That was my last snub.
You know where we're gonna get destroyed? What
Probably
game do we not name at all? Not
what
one of
game?
them. The series of them. Call of Duty. We didn't name one Call of Duty game.
I don't think any of them are good.
I mean, it's like that's like I mean, the World at War one was fun just because it was co-op. You can play the story mode co-op, but
Yeah.
other than that, um, yeah, I mean, like some of them were fun, like the Modern Warfares were fun, and but I just never nerded out on them like everyone else does.
Yeah. Um, Dang it, why does my camera do that? I'm having some difficulties. Yeah, I mean, I mean, if anyone watches this, really like watches it, then we're gonna get flamed because I don't think any of our games besides maybe San Andreas, maybe Mario 64 would be in the average game fan
Oh yeah, not at all.
top five or top 10 for that matter. Um, yeah, that's my list, man. My list. I feel good about it. Feel real
I do
good about
too.
it. I
Got our
would play my top five. I would play all those games today. Um,
oh, especially dude, we got to run a Mario Party.
oh, dude,
We got to play Mario Party. I've been
we have.
itching to play that game ever since we started talking about it.
I know. Oh, me too, dude. My snubs. I know I'd play Sonic DX and would be like, sucks. Um, and then I wouldn't play Fortnite again because it's just different than it was when it came out. But I would still play Super Mario 64. I'd play Left 4 Dead and I'd play Elden Ring. At least I'd try. Probably wouldn't get into it.
You know, we left out Pokemon on the Game Boy.
Yeah.
What
It,
was the one that was it Ruby? Was Ruby the one that we played for hours?
oh, yeah. Oh, dude. I mean, I played so many of them. Like, you know what? It could have easily been on this list. Could have easily been in my top five.
I forgot to add it. That's
Right.
thought about it halfway through, but
I mean, I played probably. I mean, my one of my first games was Pokemon Yellow, and then I played that one. Then I played like Gold and Crystal and Ruby, and then I played Fire Red and me and Ethan played Diamond and Pearl on the DS.
some
Good game,
nerds, man.
huh?
Some nerds. I only played like one of them.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, yeah.
A
Never
couple
played the
good.
game. Great show though.
Yeah,
But all right, that was keep it at 99 our all-time games. We'll have to post a graphic of it and y'all tell us y'all's top five because I want to know like how nerdy y'all are.
yeah. I want to
Maybe
hear
I'm
it.
just old. Maybe we're just old. Maybe
Yeah,
I guarantee you everyone else's top five is gonna have the Call of Duties, the Fortnites, the um probably 2K14.
yeah. I think most people's top five will probably be a lot different. I mean, yeah, you're gonna have your Zeldas and probably like
World of Warcraft.
honestly, I wouldn't fault anyone like Red Dead Redemption. I just never played it.
Red Dead Revolver, the original is pretty good. Oh, fucking damn it. Ultimate Alliance. Ultimate Alliance was an all-time game.
Dude, oh, you're talking about like with like
Ultimate
Spider-Man and
Alliance.
stuff?
Yeah, where you had like
Yeah.
you had like four characters at one time running around, it was like
Such a good
Deadpool
you
or
could switch between them.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that
Such a
was
good game. Dog, the
all-time
only
game.
problem is the reason I can't put it in there is because I totally forgot about it.
I know.
But
Well,
but,
actually, I thought about it earlier and then just forgot. But
but
that
great
should have
game.
been in my top 10.
Great game. Such a good game. I would play that. I would play that actually tomorrow. Like,
I actually when we when you got me to download Steam, that was one of the first games I looked up.
was it?
Yeah, but
Wasn't it?
they don't have it anymore. I think that might have been on the original Xbox,
Yeah,
maybe
probably.
360. I don't know. But all right, that was Keep It at 99, our all-time games. Um, I think that's all we got for you. You got anything else? 99 overall himself.
No, I think I'm good. think it's a pretty good topics
Got some
today.
more football this weekend.
I kind of want to hear everyone's take on the XFL, and I really, I guess the All-Star break, I really don't care. I guess if you think there's something about the All-Star break worth, you know, keeping or redeeming, hit those comments, hit our line, let us know. We can debate it. But I do want to hear your thoughts on the XFL. I want to hear your top five video games of all time.
And
Your top five.
and get to KhalilHerbertShop.com and if y'all get some stuff. Y'all got some gear. Tag us in it.
Yeah.
Tag us
Hey,
in
if
and
you
we'll
see a
post it.
95-year-old woman, maybe get a jar of pickles from her.
You never
Listen,
know when she's gonna die because that
yeah.
might be her last one, and you get to
Hey,
honor her just like we did today on this show.
live your life. That's all I'm saying. I guess that's all I'm saying. Just live your life. You know,
Stay pickly.
buy a juice shirt, eat a pickle, play Mario Party.
Pickle juice.
Well, bud, I will see you when we get into bed tonight.
All
Okay,
right, man.
we're
Can't wait to
not.
kiss you goodnight.
All right.
All right.
Oh.
Thanks, guys.
Why? 'Cause they loving the crew. They loving the crew. They loving the crew.